So I kind of have a little bit of a beginning setup here, and now just going for the contour. So when you start to look at some of the detail, the contour line is pretty helpful. Shows the sole there. And you can kind of give it some of the heaviness that it needs and the value for it. This part wrapping around right on the edge here. Get it to that section. So there's a lot of texture in the leather as well as the metal, but I'm just going for the general part right now. And then I'll zoom in for a detail a little bit later. Showing all this section here. And this part, like with these rivets, you're just, if you're doing a heavy line, just kind of leave it accented 3/4 of the way around so you have room for the lace. Each one's at a slightly different perspective there, depending on which one you're drawing, obviously. And once I have this sketched out, I can start to do some of the shading here. Sometimes it's just a general piece. But you can block that part in pretty quickly. See where the highlights are. So here's the laces. I'm just going to kind of shade right over it into the leather, not worry about it. Shade around the metal eyelets. And up at the top. And I can even go in with a secondary tone, this being the base tone. You may want to exaggerate a little bit of it, a leather look to it. Even those little seams I can come back to. That'll give you the edge. Now here I'm just taking the eraser, kind of cleaning up that edge. That's going to give me the lace. And even if it smudges some of the graphite, it's not bad. It gives me a little bit of a shading already. But there's the laces, and it kind of draws it in there for you. Come back this way and just cut it off too. Use the kneaded eraser as well. And then you can kind of see where those laces right there. themselves right out of there. And here you can see just the overloop and how they wrap right around that piece there. It's just a little trick that saves you a little bit of the drawing, makes it a little more positive to negative on the drawing. And you can accent it with a little shading in there, a little shadow. Build that piece up. Overlapping the off-center of this part helps with the shading of that. A little emblem. And now it's just a matter of zooming in, looking at some of the detail, pushing the dark values around. You got this red and black on this particular one. Gives you that particular section there. And just going for a little bit more detail to that piece, but it gives you the basic beginning part.